There he is, man of the hour.
How are you?
Great, great. You look like a winner.
I feel like one.
That's the ticket. Last I looked, the auditorium was filling up. I think we got a very good crowd for you.
Thank you. Thank you for making all these arrangements.
Oh, there's no problem. You're a big draw, Frank. The House Association owes you a great deal for the strike settlement. I didn't have to twist anyone's arm to get them to come hear you speak. And they were so used to those nice, long reports on the pension fund. Well, just take it easy, relax. You know, you'll think you're the Marx Brothers pretty soon.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm just glad to have the chance to talk to them in a more relaxed atmosphere than we had during the strike.
Yes, things did get a bit tense then, didn't they?
Ooh-wee, a bit.
Well, they're all relaxed and raring to go in the auditorium.
Well, I guess it's the end of a long, hard winter.
That's it. Say, listen. I just want to say I'm sorry that the House Association can't give you an official endorsement.
Clem, it's not appropriate. Believe me. The House Association is not a political organization. Believe me, Clem, I am grateful. I am grateful for the chance to get them all together.
Yes, but I wouldn't be surprised if they came up with some sort of a statement of support. You know, something informal.
No. Now, that would be terrific.
Good.
It really would. It would be, well, it would be a tremendous help as far as the labor vote across the state is concerned.
Good. Well, they tell me that, I hear that the campaigns is going great.
To tell you the truth, I don't know how the campaign is going. I'm just sort of picked up and swept along by it.
Yeah, well, you have been getting good press, haven't you?
Yeah, but they like making predictions before it's sensible. I am still a long shot, but I have been working 25 hours a day, and the prospects are getting better and better and better.
Good.
I'll tell you, it's a long climb. But the real secret to a successful political campaign is learning how to be in two places at the same time.
I see.
Well, you should be able to handle that, Frank. What's a little trick like being in two places at the same time? Just have to be two people at the same time. And you've always been able to manage that very well. Frank Ryan, all things to all men and all women. Whatever's politically expedient.
Falling. A celebrity.
Patty, what is it? What is it? Can you see anything out there?
No, the fog is too thick.
I know we're gonna hit something. I know it.
We're not even moving.
No, then something is gonna hit us. I know the ship is probably gonna hit us. I know something is gonna hit us. God is punishing me, and the ship is gonna sink.
I very much doubt that God will drown a ship full of people just to punish you.
I think we're all gonna die.
We're not going to die. All this means is that we can't fly home today the way we planned.
No, we're never gonna go home. I think the fog is too thick.
Hey, would you just get a hold of yourself? All we have to do is wait until the fog lifts.
I don't want to die.
Stop it. We're not in any danger. All this means is that we're staying on the ship another day, that's all.
Oh. Okay. So, Patty, we'll have another day together?
Yes.
Would you let me explain certain things to you?
I don't think you can.
No, I want you to understand certain things.
No, I do understand.
No, I don't think you do. You think I did certain things to hurt you, but I didn't. I did it because I love you.
You wanted to hold on to me and to the family, and you pretended to be blind to do it.
Don't make it sound like that.
It's how it was.
No, I need this extra time because I want you to know why I did what I did. Okay? You know, maybe God isn't really punishing me. Maybe the ship isn't going to sink. Maybe it's just the opposite. Maybe we're meant to stay on this ship. I'm meant to have another chance. I'm meant to tell you the truth. And the important truth is that I love you. I love you so much. Do you understand? So maybe we need this one more day for our whole life. Okay, maybe you don't see this. Maybe it doesn't make any difference to you whether we go home or we don't go home. But it does to me. We need this extra day for our whole lifetime. Maybe God is giving me a special gift.
Bucky, are you going to the House Association meeting?
I'm a speaker. I got a few choice words to say about why we should all vote for Frank Ryan.
Well, would you be interested in taking a plain old audience member down to the auditorium?
No way.
Oh, thanks a lot. I do have an ulterior motive.
Oh, yeah?
I have something to tell you.
What?
I'm marrying Tom tomorrow, and I'd like you to come to the wedding.
Whoa. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. It's coming as a big shock to a lot of people. Bucky, it's the only way. Tom's in a lot of danger. The immigration people found him, and they sent him a letter telling him to come to a hearing, which could mean deportation, but it'll definitely mean that people in Ireland will hear he's alive. And the Donahues will come after him all over again.
That's crazy. I mean, you can't put your life on the line just to help somebody who's in danger.
I'm not. Really, I'm not. We're both going into this whole thing very realistically.
You don't love him, do you?
I've grown very close to Tom. I have great affection for him, and I want to help him more than anything.
Help, sure, but I mean, there are limits.
Bucky, the decision's made. The wedding's tomorrow. Will you come?
All right, I'll say it. I think you ought to wait and talk to Pat first.
This may come as something of a disappointment to you, Dr. Bolak. But I'm not at all interested in your assessments of my abilities.
Gentlemen. If there's one thing we do not need, it's trouble between you two when Frank's about to address the House Association. Right, and it's almost time, Frank. You want to head to the auditorium?
Believe me, Clem, I'd love to. But I told Ray I'd meet her here. You go on ahead.
Fine, but let's not wait too long. We don't want to keep the constituents waiting, right? Counselor.
As soon as Ray gets here. Thanks, Clem.
You bet.
Look, Seneca, I don't want any trouble. If you're looking for some trouble, why don't you go someplace else?
Well, I'd like to oblige you, of course, but, you see, I work here. Well, you've really been getting some great coverage the past couple of weeks. Mostly in Ray Woodard's papers. Campaign seems to be gathering a real head of steam. Wouldn't you say? I take it that Mrs. Woodard is prepared to spend any amount of time and money to get you elected. Frank?
Yes, Seneca. We are making progress. Yes, Seneca. Ray's newspaper is a lot of help. Yes, Seneca. Ray and her organization are supporting me. Now, is there anything else you would like to know?
Ray and her organization are supporting me. Boy, I tell you, it is absolutely fantastic the way attractive women just rally around the cause. Now, I more or less understand the situation with Jillian, but tell me, exactly what's in it for Ray?
Get off it, Seneca.
Why? Did I hit a nerve? I'm looking forward to the next meeting of the medical panel. Another inside look at the Ryan campaign.
Yeah, I had thought you had resigned.
I did. Mrs. Woodard persuaded me to stay on. She thinks I can make a major contribution.
Oh, so do I. If you can stay sober.
Yeah, well, don't you worry about that, Frank. Generally, I handle my liquor very well, see, but that particular evening, I'd just gotten out of the hospital. I was vulnerable, that sort of thing, you understand?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it won't happen again, I promise you. See, I don't want to miss anything.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, I just want to keep my eye on the situation. I think it's going to be very painful for Jillian. I think it's going to be hard on Edmund. But basically, very interesting. Now, the fact that she's getting exactly what she asked for isn't going to make it any easier for Jillian, but...
Seneca, mention her name again.
Good, terrific. Hit me, Frank. It'll make a sensational headline. Candidate hits former lover of his mistress in argument over illegitimate child. Ryan arrested for assault. I love it. I mean, even Ray Woodard couldn't keep a cap on that one.
Excuse me. You gentlemen having a problem?
And off to favorite.
I don't want to know what...
Listen, I think before you do anything else, you ought to find out what's happening in Pat's life right now.
I don't want to know what's happening in Pat's life. It has nothing to do with me.
Of course it has.
Bucky,
Look,
please.
no, look,
no,
come
I
on.
am
Listen,
really
you said
sick
you
and
want to get
tired
into
of
this
everybody...
realistically, then be real. Okay, you say you want to go into this realistic, right? No, listen. So then what's so realistic about not wanting to hear the facts about a man you were engaged to marry only a little while ago?
All right.
Okay? Okay. He loves you.
Oh, that's great. That's just great. He happens to be married to Delia.
He's miserable with her.
Of course he is. Everybody knows he is, and everybody knew he would be. He knew he'd be miserable with her when he married her. That's probably why he married her.
Oh, come on now. He's no masochist. He married her because she was pregnant.
No, he married her because he needs Delia to depend on him. And that's what she needs, too, so they're probably meant for each other after all.
That's not the truth, and you know it. Listen, just give it a little time. You'll get out of it. You're just waiting for her to get...
For what? For Delia to get her sight back? For Delia to feel better? For Delia to be able to take care of herself? For hell to freeze over? Sorry.
More than anything else, more than anything else, he wants the both of you to get back together again.
He's supposedly been wanting that for a long time. Well, I'm not so sure I want it anymore. I've heard so often, Faith, Pat loves you. It's only a matter of time. And now from you, Bucky. Pat loves you. It's only a matter of time.
It's true.
And where is he right now? On a cruise ship in the Caribbean with Delia.
Well, he didn't want to go.
Of course not, but he went, didn't he? And why? Because Delia wanted to go. Now, that's the only fact I can rely on, Bucky. Somehow, some way, she always manages to control Pat's life. And I will not allow her to control me as far as Pat goes or anything else.
You're so... Delia is going to be out of the way very soon.
Oh, don't be naive. She will never be out of his life. She'll control him from the grave. Bucky, I can't go on living my life on the expectation that someday Pat might be free. because he never will. I have waited a long time for Pat to come to me and tell me the things he really wants to say. Well, I've come to the conclusion he never will.
You're wrong.
He never will. As far as time goes, Tom is the one who doesn't have any. He's a fine, decent, honest man who loves me. And I'm going to marry him tomorrow.
Listen, can we talk about this after the meeting, huh?
No, I don't want to hear another word about it. I just want you to come to the wedding, okay?
Patty? Patty? When I was staying with your family, and I couldn't see, I felt like I had everything that I ever wanted. Even though I was blind, I wasn't scared because I felt like I had you and I had your whole family. And I could hear you, and I could feel you, and I felt like I could see you. Don't you understand? I was happy. And when I got my eyesight back, I didn't want to tell you because I was afraid it was going to change everything, that I was going to lose everything.
Lose what?
You.
So you pretended to be blind. It's not rational, Dee.
But that's what I felt.
That doesn't make it rational. If you don't understand how wrong it was what you did, I can't explain it to you.
I'll try to understand. I'll listen to you, please.
No, the truth is that you've reached the point where I can't help you.
You're going to turn your back on me? You're going to turn your back on me after everything that you promised me?
I've done everything I can.
You're just going to turn me over to Dr. Pagano so you can run off with Faith? Would you tell me? That's it, isn't it? Oh, sure, that's it. You say that I lie? Oh, no, you lie. You want Faith. So why don't you just say so? Would you just say it?
Once you try, it's the holidays. Time to sing.
No, please no.
Take a holiday from the holidays.
On SoapNet.
Such a lovely spring day. Does seem a pity to waste it arguing.
How long were you standing there?
Long enough to get the idea that you two should probably avoid each other.
I have been waiting for you, Ray. Well, I have a meeting to get to. Are you coming?
Yes, of course. Just a minute. I've heard Frank's basic speech about 200 times. I'd much rather talk to you.
Oh, really? What about?
The fact that you keep provoking my candidate. Push him enough, and one of these days he will hit you. And then goodbye, Senate. Leave him alone.
How can I possibly leave him alone when I promised you that I would serve as an advisor on his medical panel? Now, Ray, come on. Make up your mind.
Don't play games. I'm serious.
So am I.
Right now, you're angry at Jill, and naturally have no use at all for Frank. However, when you cool down a bit, I think you're going to find that you still care very much about Miss Coleridge and her son, at which point you will want Frank safely in his Senate seat in Washington.
You think so?
Ooh, I'd be willing to bet on it. Seneca, if Frank is off in Washington, how much time is he going to have to give to Jill and Edmund?
Well, not much if he's true to form, but you see, you're forgetting one very important thing.
Really? What is that?
What if Frank loses the campaign?
Well, we'll all just have to work very hard to guarantee that doesn't happen, won't we?
Now, Hey, you're not asking me to actively campaign, are you?
No, no, no. Just stop making trouble. What now?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out the nature and the extent of your involvement with your candidate, Mrs. Woodard.
I want to elect him to the Senate.
Mm-hmm. And that's all?
I think you ought to wonder about the nature and the extent of your involvement with Miss Coleridge and her son.
Well, of course, I'd like them out from under Frank's influence. But that's really up to Jill, isn't it?
When it happens, you want to be there for them. And it will. I can just make it happen much more easily if you don't pick a fight and bring the campaign down around our ears. Behave yourself, huh?
Get your popcorn ready for the Sunday night movie on SoapNet. We have the stars you want to snuggle up to. Brad Pitt, Liam Neeson, Nicolas Cage, and so many more. The Sunday night movie, Sunday nights at 10 p.m. on SoapNet.